So, Caro, you just said to me, you know, that process for you was very exciting. And I remember when we were sitting at the table and I was telling you about the film and that I needed somebody, you know, who was doing the camera. And obviously I would not have had the idea that you would be doing it. So what made you, you know...
Well, yes, and I was thinking of trying to rack my brains to think of somebody who could be a suitable professional camera person for you. And I did actually try and find someone that I'd actually met along my way.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And then nothing sort of came of it, didn't it?
No.
That was... and then... I don't know, you had a sort of a bit of an inspiration brainwave saying, well, why don't you do it, or you know, would you like to do it or something? Was that right?
I don't know anymore. I thought that you all of a sudden said, my memory is in that way that, you know, we were doing the brainstorming for our businesses, and right. I was using my project for the brainstorming, and I said, camera and stuff, and then all of a sudden... And you said you need somebody who's enthusiastic and so on and so forth. And I have it in my memory, you all of a sudden said, oh, I can do it.
Well, actually, yes, I come to think of it now. I said that as a bit of a joke at the time.
All right.
I sort of as if, you know, last resort when I could do it, you know, sort of thing, if I remember rightly.
Okay.
And then, because video work is something I've wanted to get into for a while now. As an adjunct or as a sort of process to go forward with my own work.
Yeah.
So it just sort of happened at the right time for me. Anyway, it was an ideal situation, and as we've already discovered, that our collaboration, working together, has been a very exciting and interesting journey for both of us, I think.
Yes, definitely.
Because we've discovered that we have a lot of things creatively in common, and we share the same sort of concept, and we work in a very similar process. So, which has been, it's been nothing but enjoyable and a lot of fun, and I think we've both learnt a lot in the process, and this is just the beginning, as far as I can
bet
see.
you, yeah.
I think we've got a lot of things to do.
Me too.
And I think for both of us, we can use what we do together in our own capacities as well. So I think.
Well, I think, you know, it's a back and forth, isn't it? Like it sparks off other ideas.
Absolutely.
and you bring it back into your work, and then you bring it from your work back to the film again. So, you know, there might be so many venues.
Yeah.
And I think that the interesting about us is that we will do exciting new things, you know, because once you're free of the concepts how you should be doing things, you can do things nobody else has done before, in a sense, because there's no rules.
Yes, oh, totally. And you know, we're going with our own flow, and nobody's telling us how to do it or what to do, which is absolutely wonderful.
So what's been, you know, so far, what's been like the most important discovery for you, you know, since we've started?
That's an interesting question. The discovery that I could do it.
And you're very good at it.
Well, thank you.
You
That's very kind of you to say.
No, that's true.
I mean, it's. I've been looking down through the lenses for a long time. I've taken hundreds and hundreds of photographs in my time. I've got an eye for composition and colour, light, whatever. So. Yes, I mean, it does feel very natural to use this process, and it's just another arm to the bow, if you like.
Important discovery for you was that you actually can just do it without needing to attend a course, or
Well, I still feel I need more technical skills, certainly in terms of editing and the process, which I will address, and I am at the moment, as you know. So it's very much another learning curve, which is very interesting, and we were talking about the process of editing as well recently, and how important that is to the process, because you are maintaining control of it all the way through from conception to the finished product, which is really important, because it's, you know, if you give it to someone else, to, you know, your idea to someone else, you're rather losing the control of what you initiated in the first place.
Well, if it's all about composition, and I think that's where we are coming together as well, isn't it? Because, you know, for me it's more than just acting, and I think for you it's more than just an image, in a sense, you know.
Totally.
And I think that's where we come together. It's like, you know, having the whole process in our hands, and having the end composition.
Yes, being able to express the emotional side of imagery more, because I've been a landscape artist most of my life, and when I'm using a figure, I'm using it as an academic exercise, if you like.
Yeah.
But in this particular exercise, it's more to do with an emotional journey as opposed to just an academic exercise. So that, I suppose, in a sense, that's probably the most interesting aspect for me with this process. It's expressing emotions and in another dimension.
That sounds really, really interesting, I have to say. Yeah.
And I think, in a sense, that's sort of where you're coming from as well. In, you know, from your, so again, it's another reason for us doing this project together, which is and, you know, which is why when we were thinking about ideas for our little company, the E-Motion name came up, and I thought that might be a good way of expressing what we're actually trying to do.
That is very true. I mean, what I just had to think about also was our evolution into that just do it process.
Yes.
You know,
and absolutely.
You know, instead of going to London and spending money we didn't have, we decided for another route. Yeah. So how much does that mean to you, that just do it?
Well, it means everything, because for me it's always in the process, and it's we've talked about this many times as well. You know, it's if you have an idea and you can theorize it for forever, but actually you'll only express it in the doing of it. So it's all about the process, and sometimes that changes, and some days it works, some days it doesn't. It's just a matter of what is happening on that particular day.
Yeah.
Which is the important thing.
Get hung up on things as well. I mean, apart from me trying to force you to do the storyboard, and what was freeing for you?
Well, at the beginning, I was just serving a purpose for you.
Yeah.
But of course, as we went on, I realised that actually could have enormous potential. In terms of, you know, artistically, because it's, you know, how you have ideas in the back of your mind that have been, you know, just sort of been sitting there and stewing for years.
Yes. And
suddenly you're presented with a means of being able to express that.
Yeah.
Those particular ideas. That was what's happening for me. In this process that we've been involved with, so it's another, if you like, it's another medium that I'm sort of exploring for my artistic journey, if you like.
You know, what just came to my mind, and I think you said something very important there. It's kind of that in the beginning, you know, you just wanted to serve the purpose or the, you know, what I wanted to do. And for me it has, and I know because you emphasize that quite often, you know, that you're just serving my ideas, and I feel actually much more now that it's our film and not my film, which I feel very happy with, actually.
Well, that's wonderful. Obviously, I feel, you know, you've invited me to go on this journey with you, and wholeheartedly. So you've enabled me to become part of that process, and you know, I'm very grateful for that too, because it's shown me another way, if you like. And now I think it's your turn.